All right, let's talk about building a professional blueprint for turning chaos into confidence. In this explainer, we're putting together your step-by-step plan for when the worst-case scenario hits your short-term rental. The goal here is to transform you from a host who reacts into a pro who operates.
So let me ask you something. Imagine it's 2 in the morning and you get a call about an emergency at your property. Right now, in this moment, do you have a clear, repeatable plan you can execute? Or is your first reaction just a wave of panic? Your answer to that question is exactly why we're here today.
So here's how we're going to do it. We're going to build your crisis management blueprint in 6 phases. First, we'll lay the foundation, why this is so critical. Then, we'll build a core framework, install the detailed playbooks for specific crises, master communication, add some preventative defenses, and wrap it all up with your final action plan.
Let's just get one thing straight from the get-go. Professional hosting is risk management. It's not a matter of if a crisis will happen, but when. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you can build a system to protect yourself. It's the foundation of everything we're about to cover. You know, when a crisis hits, you're really at a fork in the road. On one side, you've got the unprepared host. They operate from a place of panic and fear, and that almost always leads to financial loss, bad reviews, and legal trouble. But on the other side, that's the prepared host. Armed with a blueprint, they're calm, confident, and protected. That's the transformation we're aiming for.
Okay, so this is it. This is the absolute core of your blueprint. It's a simple 4-phase framework that you can apply to literally any emergency, whether it's a tiny leak or a major security threat. Think of this as your mental checklist.
And here's how it works. Step 1, stabilize. Your first job isn't to fix everything in 10 seconds. It's to de-escalate the situation and calmly get the facts. Step 2, assess. How bad is this really? Is there a risk to life? To the property? Step 3, act. Based on your assessment, you call who you need to call. Vendors, support, maybe even the authorities. And finally, step 4, document. And I really want to hammer this last point home. The document phase is absolutely not optional. It is your legal and financial shield. Every photo, every screenshot, every time-stamped message, it all becomes evidence that protects you during disputes and claims. It's how you turn a chaotic mess into a clear, defensible record. All right, so we've got the main framework down. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. These are the specific step-by-step playbooks for the most common and high-risk situations you're likely to face as a host. Let's start with a classic, right? The unauthorized party. The warning signs are usually there. A local guest booking for just one night, and they're not communicating much. The second your noise monitor spikes after 10 p.m., your playbook kicks in. You check the monitor, you call the guest politely, you send a written reminder of the rules, and if they don't cooperate, you get security involved. See? No panic, just a clear process. And just look at the tone here. This isn't an angry accusation. It's firm, it's professional, and it's all about safety. This is a pre-written script designed to de-escalate the situation while making the consequences crystal clear. You just copy, paste, and send.
Okay, next up, property damage. And here's the deal. Your claim is only ever as good as your proof. I'm not talking about one blurry photo from your phone. I'm talking about a professional evidence package. At least 10 photos from different angles, a full video walkthrough, before and after shots if you have them, a written statement from your cleaner, and every single receipt. This is how you win reimbursement claims.
And again, just notice the communication style. It's completely neutral and policy-driven. There's no blame, no anger. You're just stating a fact, providing the evidence, and outlining the next step, according to the official process. This takes all the emotion out of it and keeps you in control.
This actually leads us perfectly into our next big topic, how to actually talk to platforms like Airbnb and Vrbo. The way you communicate with their support teams can make all the difference in how quickly they help you.
This slide is huge. On the left, you've got what we all feel like saying, right? I'm so stressed. This is totally unfair. But look, that might get you sympathy, but it won't get you action. On the right is the language that works. Support agents are trained to respond to keywords like safety risk and direct references to policies. You have to speak their language to get results fast.
So far, we've been talking a lot about how to react to a crisis. Now let's switch gears and talk about how to stop them from happening in the first place. The best crisis, after all, is the one that never happens. This is all about fortifying your business before a guest even checks in.
Your first layer of defense is always going to be your hardware. Smart locks give you an access lock, which is invaluable. Noise monitors are your early warning system for parties. Legally placed and fully disclosed exterior cameras deter bad behavior. And of course, the non-negotiables, fire extinguishers, CO detectors, and a well-stocked first aid kit.
But hardware is only half the battle. The other half? It's all about your operational habits. These are the professional routines that catch problems before they become guest emergencies. A solid cleaner checklist, a monthly maintenance plan for things like HVAC, and a quick systems test before every arrival will slash the number of those something is broken calls you get.
Okay, we have officially built the blueprint. We've laid the foundation, we've put up the framework, we've installed the detailed schematics, and we've added the fortifications. So now, it's time for that final walkthrough, to turn all this knowledge into real action.
Here are your 4 immediate action items. First, customize these playbooks for your own property and print them out. Second, do a full audit of your safety hardware. Third, create that emergency vendor list now so you're not scrambling for a plumber's number at midnight. And finally, run a practice scenario. Seriously, just like a fire drill, this builds the muscle memory you need to stay calm when it counts.
And there you have it. That's your professional crisis blueprint, from foundation to finish. It's designed to give you control, confidence, and protection. The design is done. The only question left is, are you ready to build?